Chapter 8. Anthony says I need to get more financial about the story. So, financially, we had £229,370 sterling on the morning of the 1st of December. This was worth €323,056. It's true that you can't buy love or happiness with money, but it is interesting to see what you can buy. For instance, you could buy 15,390 pairs of micro turbo racers at 20.99 a pair, or 3,756 Sky Patrol quick charge easy to fly remote control helicopters, or 22,937 air Zookas. They are fireballs of air at people. Or 43,159 kite in a keyring key sets. Or 5,736 tabletop candy floss makers. Or 1,434 Shogun nude BMXs. Or 2,699 Game Boy Advance. On the 1st of December, we had 17 days left to spend it. On the same morning, we opened the front door to find 6 lads and 2 girls waiting on their bikes. As soon as Anthony looked out, they all started shouting, "Want a bike? Anthony, you want a bike? Anthony, have a bike." Anthony took a good look at each bike. "I think what we really would like is a lift," he said. Canoe and Trisha had BMXs, the kind with the little pommel sticks out the back axle for you to stand on. Anthony went on Kalu's bike and I went on Trisha's. We cruised to school with all the other bikes trailing along after us like a motorcade. Everyone was looking at us. It was the best thing. At the gates, Anthony gave them both a tenner each. Trisha didn't seem that happy about it. "It's a kilometre, a tenner's too much. I just want enough to buy a set of glitter pens." The truth is, we didn't have anything smaller than a tenner. If you ask our Anthony now, he'd say this was where everything started to go wrong. According to him, the problem with money supply created an inflammatory environment in the playground. We didn't even know we had a problem then, though. We just thought we had over £229,000 to spend. It seemed like it would be easy. At lunch, for instance, we had hot dinners instead of sandwiches, and we didn't have to queue. Peter queued for us and brought it over to the table like a waiter. Tracy went and got our cutlery and drinks and cleared up after us. We gave them £10 each. Afterwards, we had extra helpings of pudding, chocolate flan for £10 each. We were just finishing when Barry came and sat at our table. He said that he had a set of walkie-talkie watches. "They've got a 200-metre radius, new batteries, matching designer facades. What do you think?" £10, said Anthony. "No way. You gave her £10 for fetching a fork." 40 quid then. So we'd spent £100 today already. Out on the playground, other people came up to us with stuff they'd brought in from home. There was a Game Boy, some goggles that helped you see at night, half a dozen micro machines. We spent £150 just walking from the monkey bars to the boys' toilets. In the boys' toilets, there was a boy from year 5 called Amar. He had a big faded yellow box with footballers on the front. The corners of the box were all blunt. "Subbuteo, that's what this is. You must have heard of it. It's a legend." No, we hadn't. "Football game, man. Classic, isn't it? This is from my dad's, from way back. Family heirloom." "So it's second hand then?" "Not second hand, man. It's antique. Antique legend. Timeless. Look. These are the teams, Arsenal and Man City." He opened the lid. There were dozens of tiny players lying in rows like they were asleep. It had miniature floodlights, ambulances, referees, linesmen, Managers, dugouts, a TV van, advertising, hoardings, everything. It was a world where you could be in charge. We had to have it. 40 quid. 40? You're jesting, my friend. You give me 10 quid if I'd sharpen your pencil, mate. I'm looking for a ton for this. 100 quid? Now who's jesting? I can buy a real team for 100 quid. I could buy Crew Alexandra. Do it then. Won't have any managers. He pulled a freezer bag from his pocket. Inside were 2 tiny plastic men in sheepskin coats. One of them had a little hat on. The other had his collar up. We both gasped. It will not disappoint you, my friend. How are we going to get all this stuff home? I said. 100 quid for this, but you deliver, Anthony said. Amar spat on his hand and held it out for Anthony. Anthony looked at the hand and passed him a paper towel. It was all a bit unenlightening. Outside the gates after school, everyone who had a bike was waiting for us. Want a lift? Give you a lift? We breezed past them out of the gates where a big black saloon was waiting. Anthony had booked us a taxi. We climbed in and waved goodbye. I said, that was a great day. If we go on like that, we'll spend the money in no time. Keep your voice down, hissed Anthony. He nodded towards the cab driver and then whispered, we've spent a bit yesterday and 350 quid today, which leaves us about 229,000. If we spent this much every day, it would take us 655 days to get rid of the money. Oh, we've got 16 days after today. Mind you, we haven't paid for the taxi yet. The taxi was 4 quid on the way home, which is actually cheaper than second helpings of puddings when you think about it. Anthony gave the man a tenner and told him to keep the change, which was a mistake really, as it would have been good to start getting some change.